In this video, I'm going to show you how to get accurate answers with a pendulum using a pendulum chart. Now, I know some people really swear by pendulum charts and some people are like, I never use a pendulum chart. I tend not to use them very often, but I do find them useful in certain cases. So this is a chart that I've created, and there are some links to some free charts and then some charts that you can digitally download, which will be in the description below and probably on the screen here also. But basically it's a circle. I happen to have put a pretty little picture in there, and indicating that if the pendulum swings one way, it would be a yes answer. If the pendulum swings the opposite way, it would be a no answer. If it goes from one side to the other, this would be doubtful and this would be maybe. But you can create your own pendulum chart. You don't have to use a pre-constructed one. So as always, if you want to get the most accurate answers out of your pendulum, I recommend that you clean them pretty much every time and calibrate every time. What do I mean by that? Well, to cleanse it, you can do something just as simple as, you could smudge it if you wanted to. You could use a tone over it. I just tap it gently with my thumbnail or my fingernail here and just say clear, clear, clear. All right, and then I like to hold my pendulum so that the chain is somewhat short. And I put my arm up against my body and I steady the pendulum, and to calibrate it, I hold it over the palm of my left hand, and I'll say something like, show me yes, please. And you can see it's moving in a clockwise method, okay? So now I'll either pause it or stop it. Recenter it over my palm again, and then I will say, show me no, please. Thank you. And that coincides with my yes, no answers on my chart. So to use a chart, you're going to hold it over the center of the chart, and I like to put my elbow down so that it's as steady as it can be. And again, I kind of like a shorter chain. I think it's easier to get responses from your pendulum that way. So you'll want to ask a question, and to calibrate it over a chart, what you'll want to do is ask a question you know is a yes or an affirmative answer. So in my case, I would say something like, show me yes, please. And maybe a little longer, okay. Show me yes, please. Okay, and as you can see, it is going clockwise, which is yes on the pendulum. You can make it as long as you want if you want a bigger swing, okay. Show me yes, please. There you go. Thank you. Show me no, please. Show me no, please. And give it a minute. Okay. I always like to thank the pendulum. Thank you. Show me maybe. And it is moving in side to side. Show me maybe. There you go. So now you know that you are calibrated with your pendulum chart. If you're not calibrated with your pendulum chart, no big deal. You can just create your own, or just scratch it out and say no means this way. But I would caution you that I find that depending on the question and the situation, the pendulum might move in a different way on a different question. So that's why I calibrate every single time before I start my divination. And I find it gives me the most accurate answers. So in this case, you might ask it like, is this video on pendulums the best video on the planet? Yes. Okay, so you know I'm being silly here. Yes, I did move the pendulum, but this is how you would use a pendulum chart. So you might say, is my boss going to give me a raise next month? Doubtful. But you get the point. So there's a variety of different pendulum charts. This just happens to be a yes, no, and maybe and a doubtful chart, but you can also get charts that are more specific to dates and times, days of the week or months of the year, or even what year. So you can get as elaborate on your chart as you would choose. But do you have to have a chart to use a pendulum? No. Is it helpful? In a lot of cases it is. So I hope this video has been helpful. And if it has, I'd sure appreciate a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you would. That really helps us grow the channel. And if you hit that notification bell, you'll learn every time we put out a new video. In any case, we appreciate you watching and have a very, very blessed day. Namaste.